Hello, minions and muffins. I'm hoping you can see this. Let me move this a little bit. All right, so we're going to study consciousness. Now, consciousness is internal and external awareness. What that means is what you feel, what you think, all of the pieces together. It is a psychological construct, so it's in your brain. So that's something interesting to look at. Now, with consciousness, there are three different types, three different ways. There's a lot of different views on this. Here are a couple. You've got your sensory awareness. This could also be looked at as mindfulness, which is a big thing right now, especially if you do yoga. It's the things around you, how you experience things. You've got selective awareness. So selective hearing would be part of this. It's focusing on a particular stimulus. This is also used with pain. If you focus on something outside of yourself instead of the pain in front of you that you're feeling, it could be used as that. And then you've got the direct inner awareness, which is being pushed a little bit more right now. It's the feelings inside yourself and how they feel, how they look within your own body. So it is your perception as well as what actually happened. Now, with consciousness, we also have this sense of self. And this is the understanding that you are not supposed to be identical to the person next to you. Even if you guys grew up the exact same way, this is the understanding that you are individuals and you are separate. You guys can be intertwined, but you're never going to be exactly the same. Even identical twins are going to be unique in some of their personality traits. We have different levels of consciousness. If you're conscious of a decision, this is the idea that you know the pieces to the puzzle. So it's your perceptions, your sensations, and your thoughts and how they all go together. But then you have the pre-consciousness. So you may not realize you're thinking about it, but you can, if you think back to it, you can. So think of a conversation that you had with somebody. And at that time, you didn't realize how angry you were. But then looking back on the conversation, you were actually really, really angry about it. Or how much somebody meant to you. You didn't realize in that moment that somebody meant that much. And now that they're not in front of you, you can think about it and know how much they meant. You have your unconscious level. This is also known as subconscious. Freud was really big with the unconscious level because he would have looked at the motives behind your actions. Some of these are your defensive mechanisms. For me, it would be my passive aggressiveness. It's not something that I think about in the moment, but it's something that I utilize because that's what I grew up watching. So I unconsciously picked up on that habit, and that protects me on some level. Through mindfulness, you can be aware of the feelings and the actions, and you can then, through therapy or through just sitting, you can figure out how to deal with those things, especially with like your irrational wishes, those irrational violent impulses. Why do you want to hit that person? Is it because they're being a jerk? Or is it because something that they're doing makes you feel that it's unfair? You wish you could do what they're doing. There's another reason behind it. You have your non-conscious. This is stuff that your body just does on its own. You're growing your fingernails, your digestion. You don't have to actually think about digesting the food you ate for breakfast. It's just going to happen. All right, so like I said, Freud's really big with this, and he gives the iceberg mentality. So on a conscious level, you've got your thoughts and perceptions. Like, this is something that you can pinpoint. You've got your pre-conscious memories, stored knowledge, and that goes to long-term memory and short-term memory. What do you might not have been paying attention, but it's a random bit of information that you remember. Your unconscious level has more to it. Now, this is where Freud focused a lot, because he said that the unconscious is the reason you are the way you are. And so it's looking at he was really big into the sexual desires. Why are your unacceptable desires there to begin with? What phase of your life influenced that? Why do you have the shame connected to some things? Why are you the way you are? And it's looking at this stuff isn't as important as this stuff to Freud. So if you look at it, only 10% of what was of an iceberg, like that's actually true, is visible. So that's what you see. That's what other people see. They don't understand the unconscious pieces of you, which is why it's so hard to get to know somebody.